She wanna know everything. She gon' be like, whoa, hey now. You know what you looking so pretty. She don't whip, she like.
What it do?
Hello, welcome back. I'm Ebony,
Los with the most.
and today we're going to be talking about Ballerina.
Hey, before we get into that though, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Just came back from our wedding. Love the people who got married, but I'm going to keep that private.
Most deaf. So, your mental good, you know?
Yeah, everything's good for me. I have news, but I will go more into detail about that whenever I get here back.
I thought you said Gamora, and I'm like, what does Gamora have to do with this?
You know, I'm about to go out to the galaxies.
Okay. Might land on the moon.
Yeah, gotta shoot for them stars.
That's right,
No.
that's right.
Aim for the moon. And
Shoot for the stars.
no, shoot for the moon. If you don't make it, land on a motherfucking star.
I don't. That's not it.
Yeah,
That's not
pretty
it.
sure that's
Somebody
the line.
literally just talked to me about this the other day. That's not the line. But that's
Aim
besides
for
the
the
point.
moon, and if you miss, land on a motherfucking star.
That's her saying, because that's not right. But anyway, I'm all right.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you asked, but I'm good.
That's just the type of partner I am. I'm so selfish. I don't even ask.
But that's that Leo.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, though, all jokes aside, I'm all right.
Mm-hmm. Do I know? Because I don't think they know. Do y'all know?
I just want some more auditions. You know what I'm saying? I got some stuff of my own I'm working on, but this work life, I be at work more than at home at this point.
That's.
I
wake up, like, my part-time job is to sleep here.
Yeah, and they mandatory overtime right now, so 50 hours.
See, I can't relate to that. I'm trying to get more overtime. I'm not working enough.
The overtime pay is good, but to be forced to have to do it is,
I think that's the crux of the issue. It's just like, damn, I have to be here.
Yeah. If I ain't here, that's gonna affect my time. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I like to just be able to show up to work, and they're like, "Oh, we need you." I'm just like, "Yeah, don't put me on a schedule though. Just let me go home when I feel like going home. But I'll work for you, but don't put me on that schedule."
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I guess we can move on to Ballerina.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today. All the spoilers, since I wasn't allowed to spoil last time.
Yeah, I gave it a week. Because she be spoiling everything. So, spoilers. Spoilers.
I'm not liking the sexism.
Sexism?
Yeah, because I heard that people don't like the movie because... But
that's not why I heard people don't like the movie. So, from what I've heard, there's literally people being like, "Oh, like the original John Wick had more than just like him going to kill people because of a dog or whatever. It was like the heart of the movie, this, that, and the other." And they're like, "This just felt like a video game," and I'm like, that's why this is like probably my second favorite behind the first one because of the video gamey aspect to it. It honestly felt like a video game, like, even though, there's no John Wick video, it felt like a video game fully adapted to the screen. I saw the inciting incident. I saw her train her way up. I saw her stumble. And then it's like, okay, this is the main mission of the game. Like, I saw, all right, training, start off mission, show you the ropes, main mission, let's go. I love that about the movie. Because I don't know if I think it was the third one, where he was like, it literally felt like he was going up levels of this building. Like, it was cool. I think this movie's better than that one, but that's just me. I don't go by like which one was made better. I go by how I feel. I like this one more.
Like, I really like the John Wick movies. I think I like it was either the second or third one a little bit more, mostly because of like that game aspect of it. Because I remember one of the movies for sure, I turned to you and I was just like, I feel like he's like just got an item and we're looking at it to investigate what it is. Like, it had that game play feel to it. Now, this one definitely I really, really liked because of everything you said. And it just feels like she also has more of a justification to go on this spree.
Mm-hmm.
Where John's justification is the same. Like, his dog was the symbolism of his wife.
I think the problem with all the other John Wick movies is the fact that, like, why I like this one more is because all the rest of them are just dealing with the fallout of the events of the first movie. He has a bounty on his head. He's on the run, but he's on the run for so long.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I actually don't like the fourth movie.
You don't?
I don't. I like it, and then at a certain point, I'm like, I'm ready for this to end.
I like the fourth movie because we see how big it is. We see how big the
this organization, like, there's different branches and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the lore of this world is really cool, but in that movie, I was like, all right, man.
It's like, why are we not finished?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and everybody really liked I think, is it Bill Skarsgård?
Yes. Mm-hmm. You
didn't like him as villain.
You didn't?
I didn't.
He wasn't convincing.
This is the first thing I think I didn't really care for him in. But I was just like, okay, he's here. Whatever.
I think it was more because, like, he didn't feel like the villain that we had in this movie, where this movie, the villain, her granddad or uncle or whoever he is is like the head of the snake. He is the organizer. He is the cult leader. Mm-hmm. He's calculated. He is about to start an entire civil war with this other company because of what's going on. Where Bill was more of like a young prodigy who was just coming up into, like, you felt like he's not leveled out. He's still hot-headed. He's still trying to find his footing in this big organization, but he needs to prove himself first.
Yeah, because isn't there like a council of people that were above him? Yeah, it was.
And he's just like, he's the hothead that's just like, I can change it all and I can be the head of it, like, right now. But never, there's levels to this.
For sure. Yeah, he just didn't do it for me in that movie, and he usually does.
He's really, him and his brother, I think the whole family, maybe. I don't know. I just know him and his brother. I heard that there's someone else in the family that's really good at their job, too.
Oh, their dad was an actor as well. He's probably not dead. He's an actor as well. Yeah. But overall, I think this movie's really good. Like, I give this movie probably an 8.
Okay, yeah. I agree with that. 8.5.
Okay. I'll allow it.
What kept it from being a 10?
Kept it from being a 10. The sister dying. If they would have teamed up, because and it's funny that we had this conversation after watching this in the movie. She didn't remember her sister at all. Mm-hmm. You remember being in Germany, but you didn't remember your older brothers being in Germany with you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I remember a lot of ish from when I was a kid. But the last, like, one of her earliest memory is probably the trauma of watching her dad get offed. Mm-hmm. She probably don't remember anything of that cult.
Like, and honestly, like, although I remember a lot more than just what I'm about to, like, share, the vivid memory I have about Germany is the argument that sparked my parents' divorce.
Oh man, trauma. We gonna move on from that.
Hey.
So, I thought it was the smell of food.
No.
Dang.
That's a fond memory too. But like the one that sticks out the most. Like
Fair enough.
I rarely go to a place I'm just like, oh no, this feels like Germany. Like there was only one spot in Alabama that really felt like Germany.
What was that?
It was a I only went to the store once. Because I found out about it as we're leaving Alabama.
Oh, what was we at?
It was either in Enterprise or Delville. Mm-hmm. I think it was like right outside of Fort Rucker, actually. Yeah, it was right outside of Fort Rucker, and it was
the smell of something.
The store itself actually had German memorabilia.
Oh,
it was actually like the people who.
So you had a moment like old girl when she back in the snowy village and she see the ballerina thing. She like, wait a minute, this is exactly what I had.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole I was caught off guard when the whole town was her ops.
Yo,
I wasn't expecting that because the people in the restaurant, they was like, oh, we got to go because the goons is coming in. But then they was like, hey, all citizens, get her. And they was just like, put the kids away. It's time. Because I thought it was weird when the kid went, and I was just like
rude.
I was like, okay, kid. But I'm like, oh, you being trained for this.
Yeah. And I can understand like how the parallels between the entire town and the organization that she joins.
Yeah, but I like how
it was a choice.
I like how he was just like, it wasn't a choice, it was fate, this, that, and the other. She literally was asked, is this what you want?
Yes.
And she was like, yeah. And it was because of what you did to her father.
Mm-hmm.
Your son, apparently. I don't know if he was your blood son.
Like, once again, really weird.
Because if you're the grandfather of everyone there,
that's suspect. It's real suspect.
Like that.
Mm-hmm. And like, honestly, whenever I saw Daryl, I really don't know his name.
Oh, you talking about the guy who he survives
The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy, whenever I saw him and that little girl was calling him daddy, I'm just like, so, like, is that really your daughter?
I believe that it was really his daughter.
And I want to know where the mothers are.
She probably got offed because...
Why?
Because their mother was offed.
Mm-hmm.
Because the father took... Remember, the guy from the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
He took her, and the cult leader was like, yeah, your wife's dead now.
Mm-hmm.
Because of what you did. So I'm pretty sure that little girl's mom is offed.
Okay.
Because it's like, oh, your husband did this, so you got to go.
Like, ooh. I wonder what, like... I think it's really cool that we see the dads being the one that's like, my child can't be raised like this, instead of the mothers being, my child cannot be raised like this. I think that was a nice touch too.
Okay, why so?
Because we often see mothers being more protective and like doing the thing to save their children. And we often don't see the fathers being able to be in that role.
Okay.
So I thought it was really nice that the fathers were able to be the ones that was like, I'm taking my kid out of the cult.
Gotcha. Yeah, because if not, she wouldn't have had a choice, because no one in that town seems to have had a choice. And it just blew my mind. They were trapped in the house. They had them surrounded. And the guy was over the thing. What do you want us to do? They're just talking. Kill them both.
I was
Sir.
like, what?
Sir.
Like, and that's why I say it was different, because I feel like Bill would have made the same choice.
But it would have been like erratic.
Yeah.
this was calculated. I feel like the cult leader was of the mind that she's going to turn her to her side. Where the conversation that was actually happening was the older sister was trying to get the younger sister to like kind of be with her type. I don't think she was actually trying to turn on her peoples.
No, I don't think so either.
She's been brainwashed.
Right. She's in too deep. And like even she was just like, oh, so dad took you because I was too far gone.
Yeah.
And I want to know like the age difference between them.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem that drastic.
Movie, at the beginning of the movie, after the training montage of her like, you know, growing up and everything, I thought that was gonna be her mom. Not gonna hold you. It was like, I feel like they're related. Is this the mother that was supposedly killed? Huh. But a sister. It's like they mentioned a sister in the beginning.
I remember because I was looking at it, I was just like, is he in love with the sister? Like,
is who in love with the sister?
Diego.
You thought Diego? I thought Diego was the older brother, but he was the father.
Like, honestly, like I knew they were close. I just wasn't. I was very suspicious about the proximity of that closeness.
Ebony literally leaned over in the theater, was like,
Predator?
Is he a predator? Like, no. I was like, he's clearly like an older brother.
I was just like,
I was like, oh, he's the father.
I was like, very suspicious. And like, how I want to know if he was an outsider, because he had his whole like little palace and army. So was it a whole faction that defected from the cult? Or was it a whole...
Maybe he was gone long enough to have just amassed those resources before they hunted him down. That's actually... I'm surprised that didn't bother me. And it's still not bothering me. And I just somehow waved it away with, oh, it could have been this.
Oh, no, he was Bratva. Because then he also had he was a part of the organization that she later joined. Now that I'm thinking about it.
How was he in both?
I don't think he was ever in both. I just think he was able... Yeah, that's why... Because when I think about it, he had the tattoo on his back. And he didn't have the scars on his wrist.
So he wasn't from...
I don't think he was from the cult.
The mother was...
I
need some lore.
I was like, I need another one.
Lore.
I need another.
What I want to know more of is the girl that came in for the test. That was like, really, I'm a effing test. What did she do? She was like, 10 years from now, you'll be me.
Yeah, listen.
What you mean?
The lore is juicy.
What you mean 10 years from now, she gonna be you?
I want to know all of the details.
What's going on?
I want to know it all.
Yeah, that was intriguing to me.
And that's what I like about the John Wick series, is that there is a lot of... The depth of it all is very juicy. I want to know it all. I'm thinking about watching, because I think it was The Continental.
Yeah, I think it's an Amazon Prime show. It's
I
one of them streaming services, but yeah, it came out a year or two ago.
Because I was just like, I don't think I care. But now,
I don't know if I'm gonna care about The Continental. I'm really gonna. They did a really good job of me latching on to this girl for this movie. That her storyline was like, yeah, we need our get back. We need our get back. If they do something like that in The Continental, cool. If not, because who's the main character? I have no idea.
We will not know.
Or is it just gonna be spy stuff? Assassin stuff. Assassin more so than spy stuff. But
I also like how the organization that John is from, it rounds you out. And it lets you go if you're not.
I was gonna say my favorite part of the movie was, I guess, the end. Mm-hmm. But it was because maybe I'm wrong. I do have glasses now. Maybe I couldn't see. It looked like the girl that was her bunkmate type thing.
Mm-hmm. I believe
at the end dancing in the ballet. So to me that means if she sees that you're not cut out for this, you can walk out of the door. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like she might have actually been the one to tell her, this isn't for you.
I believe it was.
I want to know how she ended up there. She was so soft. Yeah. And like the violence wasn't for her. How did she end up here?
And that's what the lady says too. She was just really sad.
Oh yeah. She had the fire, but she was sad. You were driven by anger. She was driven by sadness. Yeah. And I mean, both can work for art, but not being an assassin. Mm-mm. No. So yeah, I really liked how the black lady that was instructing her, like, you're fighting on his terms. Fight like a girl.
Yes, because I really feel like often women get it caught up in I can do it just as well as a man can, so I should be able to do it like listen, play to your strengths. Play to your strengths. We're not saying that you can't do it like a man. You just have to do it in a way that allows you to do it. Yeah. Do the tasks that a man would do.
Women are naturally more nimble. Mm-hmm. And flexible. You get a man in a lock. Oh, my shoulder. Mm-hmm. Oh, she messed him up though.
Yeah,
she messed him up.
She didn't have to do him the way she did him.
Kicked him in the jewels. He was already done, and she hit him again in the jewels. I was like, come on.
Like, honestly, like, he was just doing the same thing you were doing. Like, he was told to do sparring.
Yeah, but he clearly had been whooping her ass for months. She was sick of him. I feel like she went up against the same person every single time.
The one that was, like, fucking her up whenever she was trying to protect her person, bro, that guy, every single time.
So the one, just, like, he would be at the
on
most
top of the thing. I was like, hey.
She would turn her back, turn around.
Like, honestly, I would like to see if, hopefully we get a number 2. I really want a second
I would like a second movie.
I want to see those two, like, duke it out. He's gonna just show up like, you got that bounty, let's go.
And but I want to know, when does this bounty take place? Is this at the same time John is on the run with the bounty as well?
Or is this the time after?
Or is this after the events of 4? Because he shows up. He clearly isn't, like, he's not on the run in this movie.
I feel like this is either between 2. I think this is between 2 and 3. I feel like this is whenever he's about to, he gets excommunicado, but he's also, okay, I feel like this is after he's like, you know what? I really don't care that you're in the sanctuary of this continental. I'm gonna take you out.
What
I think that's I think that's after 2.
That happens at the end of 2?
I think that happens at the end of 2.
So you think this happens during 2? Like the events of him going to have to take care of her. Mm-hmm. Because we see in the movie him getting excommunicadoed. Mm-hmm. So you think that
I think this is
the
like
events of him helping her and
2,
everything,
like in the middle of 3, something like that.
So I don't think it can be after 2.
Okay.
Only because
I think in 3, like, he's overseas. Like, well, he's overseas in this one.
I would think this is, like, in between 1 and 2 or somewhere in 2 because he's on the run just...
Right, in 3, he loses a finger and he has all of his fingers, so yeah.
Booyah. Booyah.
I'm glad we settled that.
Yeah, so we know. But John besting her at every turn. Yeah. Fantastic.
I was literally like, girl, he killed you like 6 times. Exactly. In this one little tussle, he's killed you 6 times.
No. In the movie, they're like, hey, John's helping her. Like, yo, this is Bobby. This is John Wick. It was like, he's just one man. I was like, you about to
He's
die.
like, I really don't think.
Like, I don't think we should do this. This is John Wick.
He's like, I think I'm going to tap out.
He is just one man.
And I'm like, you can think that.
One man. He beat the woman that been effing y'all up all day like 10 times in a row.
Bro. Because whenever he shows up, he could have killed her.
He's like, you don't have to do this.
I think he says that like 5 times.
You don't have to do this.
Like every single time he says that, I'm like, yeah, you dead. Dead again.
You still have a choice.
And the entire time, he had her in his sights with his sniper. So.
Yeah. It showed the levels.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, this is a side story. Mm-hmm. She good.
But she ain't John Good.
She ain't John Good. She ain't the master.
John Good at all.
She's still the student. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she. Whew.
And I love their conversation. It really makes me want to go back and rewatch John Wick just to see if those same conversations happen because I vaguely remember them.
Talking about her talking to him when he's excommunicated. Okay.
And I lost it.
Dang.
I lost it again.
Dang. I got something.
Mm-hmm.
So, one of my favorite moments in the movie was that black dude that sells the art.
Frank. Can I be Frank?
Can I be Frank? Camera pans to his name tag. And then he was trying to shoot back. He got shot. He was like, I'm going in the bunker.
He was just like,
you own your own.
Figure it out. He was just like, I really
after that,
don't want to know these people.
he said, okay, I'll tell you where they at now because I'm pissed. They done shot up my shot.
That is like, do you know how much time and effort he put into ordering all of these things, giving these demonstrations, and then the audacity?
I also like when they're in a Continental, she never like shoots any, like she doesn't kill anyone.
No, she knows the rules.
She was like, they attacked me.
She's like, I didn't no
break.
One.
She said, I broke no rules. He was like,
And she's like, you broke my jaw. She's like, you're still using it.
You're still using. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
She said, I broke no rules.
As you can see, you got a lot of good things to say. Mm-hmm. If you ain't seen the movie, go see the movie. It's really good.
It's really good. I definitely recommend it.
For sure.
Little to no complaints.
Wow. My only complaint is I wish the sisters would have teamed up. And it's not really a complaint. It's just, dang, if they would have teamed up, this, that, and the other. But then John showed them, I'm like, cool. I believe that she can get rid of all these people if John is her not protector, but he got her back if anything, go awry. And the flamethrower dude, he was like,
and I like the drop. Even though, that was the only time he really helped.
Yeah, that was the only time he helped.
And I really appreciate that because it really shows like, hey, I gave you a time limit.
Yeah, like so.
This is all on you. Whether you can do it, that's all on you. And I really felt like I was like, "Hey, girl, I feel like you're wasting too much time."
Exactly.
Because
if you don't kill this dude with the flamethrower, woman.
I was like, my guy.
See, and I wish I didn't have my watch on. Mm-hmm. If I had my watch on, All right, she got 30 minutes. Let's go.
And
honestly, if it would have took longer than 30, that would have been a complaint. But I ain't have my watch that day, so it only took as long as John gave her for me. Buzzer beater.
And then, like, honestly, whenever the fire and water battle, that was nice too.
Yeah, I like that. She had the water cone going. I was like, oh.
I also feel like it made me think about whenever the African lady said fight like a girl, it made me think about all of the heroines that I watched throughout the years, like Buffy the Vampire, Buffy, and the Charmed.
Oh my God, her name is Buffy.
Yeah.
What kind of name is Buffy anyway?
It made me think about Buffy and the Charmed sisters.
Yeah.
And watching this movie, it made me think that about how resourceful females have to be when battling against a guy, because we cannot be Abby.
Well, I will say
do brute strength against brute strength.
Fighting against a man that's gone through the same training,
right?
But like, if she just went up against a regular dude,
like
she could probably just brute strength him
for sure. But like with Buffy, she's fighting supernatural people. The Charms, the same thing, and with I forgot her name.
You talking about
the ballerina? When the ballerina fights, like they're all on the same playing field.
Yeah.
With the same amount of training.
Well, probably not the same. She probably has less training than most of the people she offed in this movie. Because those citizens have probably been trained since they were 5.
Whenever...
Hell, 3.
I really feel like as soon as they're able to break apart a gun and put it back together, that's when their training starts.
Oh, yeah. So, in John Wick 2, Keanu Reeves, that thing where he flips out, he came up with that. He came up with that.
That's
now people
cool.
do that. Did you notice in this movie when they're training at the firing range, they are being taught to do that, and I was like, that's a good continuity thing, because then it for me is like, oh, in the first movie he been out the game for a while. He's like, you working again, John?
My favorite question. Like,
what is his answer to them? You working again, John?
Nah.
Something like that.
Or something like that. And I like how gruff and like... I just feel like people were just like, oh, Keanu just knows how to do like the one thing, but like he makes it work.
Yeah.
So like, honestly...
If he fits the script, he fits the script.
He fits the script.
It is what it is.
I like it. I don't...
Oh, wait. You interrupted my continuity thing. I like how in the first movie he doesn't do that, but by the second one he back in the swing of things. He like...
It just took...
Because in the first movie, they get the drop on him a few times, but by that second one
he's like back at it. Yeah. And honestly, that's really cool. Like the flick of the wrist.
He came up with that. That blows my mind.
Like it makes me wonder, like how easy it is to do. Like
you should next time we go shooting with your dad, we should ask him like, can you do the John Wick thing?
Yeah. I'm gonna ask him because, like, honestly, he's the only one I trust to play with guns.
Yeah. Oh, and
like
John does it with a like sniper rifle thing. Well, probably not a sniper rifle.
No,
but
because
he definitely
like, you
did
have
it
to
with
put
the like
bullets
AK or the AR, whatever he was using. He went. I was like, you can drop a big old mag like that, cuz.
I think like you just have to press the button.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's the flicking of it
and the ease of putting. Yeah. It's really smooth.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Have you seen any of the training videos of his?
I've seen 1 or 2.
It's very like precise.
Like honestly,
he's very precise.
I like it whenever actors do things like that because it makes me think. I'm like, oh no, like they're really training.
Yes.
Like, they actually know what they're doing.
Yes. I'm
Like,
trying to get like that.
Honestly, whenever Jonathan Majors was talking about how...
The boxing?
No, not the boxing. Oh. It was with the plane. Whenever he was in a plane.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, I thought... when I remember sitting there and listening to him talk about it, I was just like, why is he saying it like he actually up there in the sky?
They were.
And I'm so glad that I didn't actually voice my question like I wanted to him.
Well,
because I would have looked real foolish.
You wouldn't have, because sometimes people just like, okay, we're gonna do this like this, green screen, but they probably didn't want to do it like that
because
it probably
really
saves money to just.
I was like, oh, they probably just built a simulation, put him in it, and just do. And I'm just like, sir, just do the lines. Like, what are you?
Yeah, but for it to be as authentic as possible,
he's up there in
like
the air.
I think his name's Glenn Powell. Is that the co-star in that one? Glenn Powell.
It's a white guy.
That's crazy.
I just know it's not Miles. I know it's not Miles.
Miles Teller?
Yeah, I just know it's not him.
Nothing alike. That's crazy.
That's your opinion. Like, Miles definitely looks like Shiloh.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that's Shia LaBeouf 2.0.
Like, when I'm picturing, because I think they were in a movie together.
Top Gun.
I
was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Glenn Powell, like, just has his, like,
pilot
license
he did
now
for so many hours. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because of everything in Top Gun and everything.
But Miles is in that one too.
What you mean too? We already just said he's in Top Gun. We had just established that both of them are in Top Gun. You literally said they're in the movie, and I said, yeah, Top Gun.
No. I said I think. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, Miles Teller's in Top Gun.
Okay.
So is Lawrence from Insecure.
Yes, he is.
I forgot the actor's real name.
I did not watch the Top Gun movies.
Maybe I'll get her to watch them one day.
You don't have to. You don't have to. I'm not a huge Tom Cruise fan.
Me neither.
I don't really see the hype. But everybody's just like, oh my god, Top Gun, Tom Cruise. No. It's not my thing. When I first graduated from high school, I watched like all the Mission Impossible movies like in a week that were out at that time. Mm-hmm. It was only probably like 4 or 5 that were. It might have just, I don't know. It could have been just 3. Mm-hmm. But when I watched it, I was like, I like these. I just like espionage spy type movies. I just wish they would stop making them. I thought the last one.
This is the last one.
I feel like they said that the last time.
No, so they didn't say the last one was the last one. They said it was a 2-part. This one is the last one. So
because it's the second part of the thing?
Technically speaking, yes. But yeah, this one is the last one.
Okay.
They wrapped it up.
I'm glad.
I've seen little videos here and there of them talking about like callbacks to the like first few movies and stuff of stunts and stuff. Mm-hmm. This is the last one.
I think the coolest thing about Tom is that he does his own stunts.
Speaking of doing your own stunts.
Didn't he get hurt and they had to delay shooting because of...
One of them, it was like he was jumping to another building.
And he hurt himself?
He like broke his ankle. Mm-hmm. And that's why when he gets up, like they keep rolling and he's... yeah.
It's authentic. I like it. I also heard like people were criticizing him for that. Because she's like, that's why we have stunt doubles so that we can keep the production schedule. I'm like, if they want to do their own thing, let them do it. I
get that from a money standpoint, producer standpoint, because then it's going to
delay shoots.
It's going to cause the budget to go up some. I don't know about how much, but
I think Jackie got hurt doing his own stunts before too.
Jackie done knocked himself out. I don't know if he got knocked out or just like fell like or just blacked out or whatever. I think it's Rush Hour. It's either Rush Hour 2 or Rush Hour 3. Mm-hmm. He's throwing a table over his head, but in the blooper reel, he hits himself in the head and he goes and just like lays flat. And I'm like, did he just knock himself out? Speaking of that, I saw a video of Michael Jai White recently, and he was giving Jackie Chan his props because no one talks about, like, you know how people talking about, oh, this actor, he's a great fighter. This, that, no one really brings up Jackie. And he said the reason why they don't bring it up is because they don't think what he's doing is like as impressive as a Bruce Lee or Jet Li, because when they're doing it serious, when Jackie's doing it, it's a joke. But if there was like, he said, if you switch their faces and you see Bruce Lee's face on Jackie Chan's body and everything he's doing, you'll be scared of that person.
Because like I think they call it a drunken
master.
Yeah, drunken master.
He had, I'm pretty sure that's the name of the movie that Jackie's in. I think it's called The Drunken Master.
And like, it's only because like Jackie's characters never wants to fight. He is always defending himself.
That is true.
He's always defending himself.
You're like, no.
He's like, I really don't want to. He's like, oh.
No, in the first Rush Hour movie, where he goes, "What's up, my nigga?" And he was like, hold on. He beat all them.
He didn't want to, but
he beat all them without trying to.
Yeah.
So does he have the pass? Because we can't whoop his ass. Oh, unless somebody get the blicky. But anyway.
Even then he'll be like, oh.
See, it's stuff like the Rush Hour movies are my favorite action movies, and it's not close. I can't even think of another action franchise that I have as much fun watching. I genuinely can't think of one. Like, I think every movie in the Rush Hour franchise is like a 9. They're really good to me.
Like, they're really funny, really good, always entertaining. I never get bored while watching them. Yeah, it's a 10 for me.
Can't write no movie like that no more, because Chris Tucker is basically a bigot in those movies towards all Asian people.
Except Jackie. But even Jackie sometimes.
Especially Jackie.
I mean, like, it calms down after the first one, because he's just like...
Yeah, after the first, but he still, like, in the second one, he goes, you know all y'all looking like... Chris Tucker was wildin', and I can
like
all but guarantee,
and
that's what I was about to say, I can all but guarantee Chris Tucker is just, why is this in my hand? Chris Tucker is ad-libbing some of that. Put that down.
I'm trying to think.
What was your favorite part? I think we already talked about that.
No.
I've talked about my favorite parts.
My favorite part was whenever she starts to fight like a girl.
Word.
And I was frustrated with her whenever she was fighting, but she was messing up. And I was just like, you know what, Ebony, give her grace. Because this is her first
I
mission.
really like the structure of the movie. It felt like... It felt like a video game. In a good way.
And then, like, I also was like... I was thinking that it was going to be prolonged. Only because, like, in that first... training that we see her, she follows orders. Right. So I was thinking, so if the lady tells her not to go, she's not going to go. And we're probably going to have to wait for movie 2.
I knew it. I was like, she see the X,
she's going to
it's
go.
over with. If you won't give me the answers, I got a coin and he owe me a favor.
I wonder if she's ever going to go back to get excommunicado. I wonder if...
It's a good question.
If we have, hopefully we do, have a second movie.
Yeah.
I hope that we can see her being... I hope that guy that was beating her ass in that training
You so stupid.
is able to snatch her, bring her back, we can see her get excommunicated.
You so stupid.
Because I just feel like that's just poetic justice.
You so stupid.
I also feel like if that happens,
yeah,
I feel like somehow he's gonna also help her escape.
Okay.
Because like
Ooh.
they paid a little too much attention to. They brought a lot of
Attention to him.
Yeah, so I feel like he's
you.
going to be important later.
The thing, I love what happened,
Mm-hmm.
but your theory of it being the friend that left, being the one that she sent, that would have been crazy. That would have been crazy.
I was just
her, because she would have been so hurt. Like, you left. You had a better life. I got better than you.
I really
that would have
feel
been crazy.
Because like in my head, I was like, oh no, she's gonna be a honeycomb. So
what's a honeycomb?
So what a honeycomb is basically like a very appealing, gentle woman. Actually,
okay. I got you.
Like kind of like the Black Widows, how they're able to.
And the what are they called in what's that Paramount Plus show we like? Lioness?
Yes.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you thought that would have been crazy if she sent the best. I view them as kind of, really close friends.
I mean, they were besties.
besties.
Like she was so hurt. She was just like, where did Bestie go? Why is her?
She didn't even get to say goodbye.
Like rude.
The
audacity of you.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I love what happened. It's just that theory you gave me when the train popped up. You were like, who do you think it's going to be? I think it's going to be. I was like, nah. I said there's only one person that could have been sent, and it's John. And
it was just hard for me. Like, I knew, like, a part of me was just like, no, it's going to be John.
Mm-hmm.
But a part of me was just like, how can it be John if we don't know, like, the timeline of this? But
well, we technically do, because she meets him when he's excommunicado, and then she gets her shot, and then it says so many months later. So it's still in that same year. So
yeah. It was good. I liked it.
What'd I give? 8 out of 10. She gave it an 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
Quality movie. We also saw another movie. Technically episodes, but in movie form.
Okay. Dun 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 dun. So the thing about dun 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 dun.
No, that's in my top 3 favorite theme songs of all time.
The thing about it.
What's up?
I wanted to know what type of music the intro was gonna be. So
that's the only thing that I had a problem with. The movie just starts, and I wanted to see if are y'all gonna use the same theme, because I think you should just use the same theme song.
Because I think there was another anime that's just like, no, this is just our theme song. We're not changing it. And I really want Dandadan to be. This is just our theme song.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I have not seen shit like that since.
Like, not with y'all young folks.
Does Full Metal Alchemist have the same theme throughout? Yep. It does?
No, I think it changes.
It changes?
I think it does.
Does Death Note have the same throughout? Well, Death Note's short as well.
I don't really listen.
You don't remember that thing?
I didn't listen, no.
Yeah. I think the last
Yu Yu
one is
Hakusho
fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic thing.
Yu Yu Hakusho didn't change.
It's also really short. Does that change? It changes?
No.
It doesn't?
It does. It
does?
It does. Naruto changes like crazy.
So it's the ending of Inuyasha that doesn't change, right? Or does it?
It does change.
Oh, it does? Mm-hmm. I only remember one of the themes, and it's what woke me up in the middle of the night. It's the only one.
Yeah.
But theme songs aside, quality. I will say it's weird knowing what's coming now. Since I'm caught up on the manga. Well, actually, I'm probably like 2 weeks behind now. But
it's also one of those things where it's just like, it's a rare occurrence that I'm ever ahead of the anime.
Yeah.
And the one thing I don't like, I like anime movies that have nothing to do.
See, because I'm of two minds. Kid Carlos loved anime movies. adult Carlos, I don't want to see nothing that does not pertain to moving this story forward. In this outside movie, I don't need that. But them Dragon Ball movies from the 80s and 90s, oh, come on.
I love the Inuyasha movies. Love them. But how do you feel about you must hate the One Piece movies?
No.
So you like those?
That's a part of a different time. So, One Piece movies, the problem with One Piece movies and why I don't feel the same way is there's a little bit of truth in all of them. Mm-hmm. Even though the timeline doesn't match up, there's still somehow lore building in the movie. Like and that's probably just because my favorite One Piece movies, they just got a lot of freaking lore in them. Okay. My favorite one is probably Film Z. Mm-hmm. And that's the one, is it the first movie after the time skip? All I know is there's a, what's his name? Is it Zephyr? There's a ex-admiral or vice-admiral that has basically gone rogue and he's trying to like blow up the Grand Line. Mm. And Aokiji shows up in that movie, and I think it was the first time I saw Aokiji's new design. But that was his canon design. Okay. He got out of a hot tub and he didn't have a leg, and then he formed his ice leg. Oh. Because Aokiji...
are you talking about Gold?
Huh?
Gold?
No. Film Gold is the one where they are like, that's after Dressrosa. Oh, okay. This one took place before Dressrosa. Or during Dressrosa. One or the other. But yeah, Film Gold, like Zoro gets captured in the very beginning because he gets turned to like a gold statue or some shit. But that one's okay. Okay. Like, it's cool. I like the devil fruits in there.
I like the, I think it was the latest one that we watched where...
Film Red. I know their name. So Film Red is about Shank's daughter.
Yes. That was cute.
It was cool. It was cool. It's not my favorite One Piece movie. It was cool.
What's your favorite?
Film Z.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Film Z. Mm-hmm. Strong World. When it came out, cool. Moving forward, I don't think it's as good, and it's only because of power scaling. Because Luffy, the main villain of that movie, is someone who should be at or above the strength of Silver's Rayleigh. Mm-hmm. Because his name is Shiki. And Shiki is supposed to be around the same level as Whitebeard and Goldie Roger. So Luffy beating him with Gear 3 and 2? Mm-hmm. Nah, you need Gear 4 for somebody like that, buddy. Hell, Gear 5. Yeah. It's because that character is canon, but the events of that movie aren't canon. Right. Oh, Shiki went up to marry Joa, or wherever he went. Mm-hmm. Garp and Sengoku fought him. Mm. And it was some hours. They fought for like 6 hours before they put him down.
I always think it's really helpful how they do this time.
No, it's not helpful.
It's not? Okay.
Let me tell you why. Mm-hmm. For them to say somebody fought for days, but then Luffy has never fought for days.
I don't want him to ever have to fight for days.
I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
Because that's excessive.
But it's just like Ace and Jinbei, I think, fought for like 3 to 5 days. You see what I mean?
Why did Ace fight Jinbei?
You don't remember?
No.
Jesus Christ.
That's why I'm asking.
So this is before Ace is a part of Whitebeard's crew. Uh-huh. Ace, like, took out either some, like, Whitebeard, like, allied pirates, or he was disrespecting, like, Whitebeard's name.
Makes sense.
So Jinbei was like, hey, yo, I'm not gonna disrespect the homie. So they fought, and then Ace eventually wins. He's the last one standing. But then Whitebeard show up, and he pretty much captures Ace. And then he doesn't kill him. He's, join my crew. Be my son.
You're my son now.
He's like, I ain't your son. He tries to fight. He tries to fight him on the boat. This man got motherfucking wires hooked up, IV, sleep. Ace tried to fight him. He just, like, damn, he that much stronger than Ace, bro? Whitebeard was different.
Like, honestly, if I were to ever attack somebody and in their sleep, they take me out, I'm never fighting you again. I am so sorry. My bad. Misunderstanding. I didn't even know we were at that level. Never gonna happen again, boss.
But we're here to talk about Dandadan Evil Eye. So
how do you feel about everything animated? Do you like the color scheme?
I knew it was gonna be creepy for some of it. Didn't know how much creep factor the keto the
men.
That family, the whole family makes my skin crawl. It made my skin crawl. The spa scene, the hot spring.
Yeah. I like how I really enjoy how we can always tell who the bad guy
is.
Yeah.
Or bad guys are.
Who the bad guys are, who will they be, like all of that, based off how they're drawn. Like you can tell, they're not like us.
I remember reading the manga when I saw them in the woods. I thought that they were the evil spirits. I didn't know they were human yet. But in the show, I can already tell they're human. They look weird. Yeah. They look weird, but they're human. But that might just be me being biased because I already knew that they were human. But
I knew
they are weird.
I knew that based off how they were drawn, and I really like in the manga. I was just like, no, they gotta be some type of alien. There's just
right. No I felt the same way when I read it in the manga.
Way.
But I will say that woman the same woman, or is she one of the descendants of the original woman who was sacrificing people? Because she looks exactly like that
the
woman.
Same, right?
Is it the same woman?
I feel like there was something in the essence of what they were doing that prolonged their life, and that's why they look like the way they look like how Grandma doesn't really look like Grandma because of her. My headcanon, Grandma doesn't.
She doesn't look like a grandma. That's what you mean?
Because of all of the spiritual energy.
Okay.
So that meant once again, headcanon. I feel like that prolongs her longevity.
Well, Yu Yu Hakusho Genkai, she could make herself look young with her spiritual energy.
And I feel like because of how dark the spiritual energy they were using, that's why they look the way they look.
I like because I like this. You
can tell by the color palette they are much duller than the kids.
Yeah. The woman, she's strong as shit. So it gotta be some spiritual ish.
Yeah, I believe so.
One thing that I guess the manga shows and the anime shows, I didn't really think about it until I watched this animated. No one can see Momo's powers, can they? It's only us and her. Only us. Completely just overlooked that.
Like how no one sees who, like, or what.
Talking about Okarum when he transforms?
Yeah, they don't see that. They just see him.
Unless they... But I don't even think Okarum can see Momo's, like, powers. That's what I mean.
Oh.
Because she, like the old woman of the whatever family, she's using some weird power.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she sees it. I don't think
Yeah,
Oprah sees it. I don't even know if the grandmother sees it.
Maybe not.
And it also, I'm going to spoiler for the manga real quick. When Gigi uses that,
the evil eye?
No, not that. When he's like,
oh yeah,
that might not be visible.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
That might not be visible either.
I wonder what color
Spoiler
it's gonna take.
I think it's gonna be like, spoiler back. I think it's gonna be blue.
You think it's gonna be blue?
I think they're gonna make it blue.
I think it might be yellow.
Oh, yellow. Okay.
But now that his color scheme is purple,
that's not his purple scheme though. I mean, color scheme. I think his is blue, and the evil eyes is like a reddish purple, but together it's.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So I think his would be bluer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he has this very like calm, tranquil sense about his spirit.
Yeah, I was just thinking that it was gonna be yellow because of how joyful he is. Yeah.
I can see that too. I can see that too.
Wonder how it's gonna play out. Okay, now spoilers over.
For
the manga.
Yeah, for the manga. Yeah. Ooh.
For the anime, how do you think they're gonna retouch on all the things that we saw in the movie?
Oh yeah, it's gonna take us like 3 or 4 weeks to see something new, Ebony, animated.
And that's why I don't like manga, like not manga, but
I think you should say manga
to movie.
I think you should say manga because they made a movie out of something that's in the manga, whereas you're used to. Oh, the manga is for the anime. The movies just make up their own ish.
Yeah,
that's what you're used to. And I think Demon Slayer, a Demon Slayer movie is coming out this year, but I don't know if they're going to like have that movie and then that movie be the first part of the anime, and then I think the last part of Demon Slayer might just be movies. That's
what I was just about to ask you. Because, like, I'm pretty sure we're close to the end.
We are. Oh, we are.
So,
we about to go into this Infinity Castle thing.
They might do a AOT where they just make the last...
Don't mention that in my presence.
It came up in my TikTok. I don't like
Attack on Titan.
It came up in my TikTok the other day, and they were just like,
And before you say anything, I watched it all. I don't like it. Mikasa, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Oh, it's just a pronunciation. I just pronounce it like that. I don't know.
But honestly, I really don't fuck with that girl.
Yo, I told one of my coworkers that today. Not today, because I didn't go to work today. But like last week or this week, because I told them I don't like Attack on Titan, and they said, "Oh yeah, I didn't like it at the end." I was like, I didn't like it at the beginning. I only watched it because people were like, you got to get to this point. I told them, I don't like these main characters. I don't. I like the side characters. They're cool. But the trio.
The way that people go crazy about Levi, I'm just like.
Levi's fine. He's cool.
He doesn't make the show.
Absolutely not.
But anyway, I bring that up because they were saying that her and Aaron were like lovers at the wrong time. Lovers at no time. They come on.
Oh yeah, somebody says something, and I said, "Listen, from my wife's perspective, he never loved Mikasa.
Never."
And they said, "What do you mean? He clearly
said, where?
I don't think you
clearly
like
where?
Your version of love and my wife's version of love.
You're toxic." Healthy. What do you mean love where? Never loved that girl. Ever.
When he says, "I've always hated that about you,"
I was just like,
booyah. He finally said it. She was lit. I I
Oh my
wish
God.
we were doing a live reaction to
Oh
her
my
watching
God.
it because she had me weak.
I was like, and we knew it. Like,
I didn't know it. I didn't know he said, I've always
hate, like, he said, there is something about you that I always
He found
hated.
out what lineage she was and
She's
shit.
like, oh, you're a slave?
I've always hated that about you. You
It's
know
like-
you suck.
He was like, girl, you a simp. Like,
You a pick me.
yes. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
But the
And-
things that we think are good in Attack on Titan are probably things that y'all think are sad.
Like, honestly, because I knew it was a wrap.
We think they funny.
It was a wrap. Because I was like, maybe it's just because Eren always just gets into trouble that I just see her go for Eren as hard as she does. No. Because when Armin was on death's door, just knocking away, she was just like, I mean, y'all gotta do what y'all gotta do. I have no.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But
They were
enough
just
of,
like,
okay. Time out. We not getting into that because I don't like it.
back to Dandadan.
Fantastic is better than Attack on Titan, I'll tell you that.
So, at any time, did you ever feel like, oh, maybe Momo and Gigi?
No.
Okay.
And the reason why, no.
Because I thought, like, it was really cute how Gigi was just like, oh, well, oh, you like Momo? She's a cool girl.
I
And
like her too.
he was just like, yeah, you know, Momo's really cool. I
You
respect
just
her a
did
lot.
the glasses thing.
He's like, yeah, I really love her face. And he was like, whoa, I didn't know we were talking about love, but I love that girl. Like, he's
No,
like,
it was something. He was like, wait, you respect her?
he's like, yeah, I respect her too, but I love her eyes. I love her face.
He said, well, I love her lips or something.
He's like, that doesn't count.
He
'Cause
said,
I
that's
said
part
her
of the face. He was like, well, eyes are part of her face too.
So yours doesn't count either. It was so cute. It was so cute.
Yeah. Listen. Y'all going back and forth between Solo Leveling and Free Run. Dandadan was my anime of the year.
Oh, for sure.
That's just me though. That's just me.
The
But-
voice acting was tops.
Yeah.
The
for sure.
music was
Tops.
Animation
Tops. Of course, I don't
Storyline.
care about animation though. Tops. So,
The risk factor. Are they gonna make it? That was there for me. Was that in Free Run?
I think
No.
it's so hard to talk about anime after you've read the manga. Because I was about to say, my dumbass was about to say, so how do you think he's going to handle this evil eye power? You already know. We already know. How
Mhm.
y'all think he's going to handle that evil eye power? Because he's strong as shit.
Mm-hmm.
No. So the thing I do really like about knowing what's gonna happen is seeing how they animate something. Okaroon being trapped in the evil eye house thing, and him going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, 1, 2, 3. That was so funny to me.
The joy that I had watching
That was so funny
Oh
to
my
me, man.
goodness. And I really liked how we saw
Mm-hmm.
the evolution of the evil eye.
Yeah.
And how I really feel like originally the first boy
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be as malicious.
So
Like, I don't feel like
I completely agree with you.
I don't feel like the spirit.
I don't
would be
know
as
if I
malicious.
just overlooked it in the manga, but in the anime, I didn't know for some reason that maybe I just didn't remember the original little boy fusing with the other little boy, and that's what became the evil.
Mhm.
I originally
Mhm.
did not notice that. That's why you gotta watch the Ish too, or reread.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't feel like I don't feel like the Evil Eye would be as malicious if it.
I don't think he would have been an Evil Eye. I think he became the Evil Eye once they mixed. Mm-hmm. I think that's like, so that spirit wouldn't even be.
Oh yes, okay. So, manga spoiler. I feel like, you know how the class president has her little person that follows her now? I feel like
it would have been more akin to that. Mm-hmm. Don't call it the Evil Eye then. I told you that he wouldn't have been an Evil Eye.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I can't wait until y'all get to this alien invasion. Because that's the best part of the manga.
Like,
oh my God.
We get a level up from
everybody.
Everybody has a little level up. We see, we see Momo get jealous.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A new character comes into the fold.
Like, when I tell you.
Freaking Gundams and shit. All right, enough of that.
Lit.
Enough of that. I really liked the character in season 1. Mm-hmm. And throughout the manga, I realized who my favorite character was. Okay. But in this movie, it's very evident. The fucking cat. Turbo Granny in the cat is by far is probably a little bit too much, but anytime she talking, it's either hilarious or she trying to get shit done. There is no in between.
You stupid shit.
It did, like, when she saves Momo, she said, this place is already run down. I didn't do nothing. That's just my powers. But then later on, my powers just don't work for me. It can help out them too. Like, what do you mean?
She's like, I'm just lucky. Lucky can be good or bad.
I was like, what do you mean? You helped out what do you mean you helped out the freaking snake thing?
She's like, it's not my fault.
I really love how this show uses lore and stuff. Because they're like, the snake god or whatever. And Okaru's like, that is a man-eating worm. I've never seen one this big. But that's just a man-eating worm. That's a cryptid.
He was like, that's not
this isn't an
alien.
God.
It's not a god. It's a cryptid.
I love how they do that.
Yeah. I like how it is matter of perspective for them. It's just like, okay, you can perceive it to be that, but from my perspective, it's this. So, like, neither of us are wrong. It's just an explanation that works for both ways.
I really like the music they used for the worms psychic attack thing. I really like that.
Because it gives it that feeling of dread.
Yeah, the music in this was really good. The score? Would you call it? Really good. This movie, this series is freaking great.
I really also like the director's perspectives.
Oh yeah, if you stayed at the end of the movie, you got to hear a conversation between the director and the co-director.
I like how they work together and were able to feed off of each other's creativity. And they didn't have an ego thing whenever they were like, well, let's try this instead of this. I like that.
But it's because it wasn't a let's try this instead of this. It was let's add this on to this. So there was no like F your thing. It was like, I see what you're trying to do. Let me add my spin on it. And it's like a fusing of the creative process type.
I also like how why and how they chose to go with the color scheme that they went with. That was nice. Like, because I didn't even think about how it would be colored. But I do like the contrast between Okaru and
the Evil Eye. Because the Evil Eye on its own, it has like some deep purples and but it's like mostly like black purple. But with Gigi, Like, isn't the eye thing yellow?
The eye is actually, I think
Wasn't
it's...
it like golden yellow?
Yes. It was like, it was golden. I think it had different colors, actually. It was like multiple colors, I think.
I don't think so. I think it was like,
Just gold?
like gold and black. Like,
I
I could be tripping. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you... Now, I will say, there were times in the movie where I'm like...
No, I felt that a lot. Because I didn't know... I feel like they really covered an entire arc. I do feel like they might have left some things out, but...
Well,
no, an
the
entire
only reason
arc
why
is
I
covered.
don't think they covered an entire arc is because the arc isn't over to me. Like, they have to deal with the volcano.
But I feel like that's a whole nother arc in itself.
I think that...
But even
I think
then,
literally the volcano thing...
Mm-hmm.
Like, if this is 3 episodes, the volcano thing is just going to get handled in that next episode.
Because what the directors mentioned, I believe, was that getting there was an arc in itself. And then introducing the evil eye and dealing with the evil eye was another arc.
See,
and
I don't look at... Because, though, it's the word arc for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all of that is a part of it, or is a part of the arc. Because we didn't have to see them get there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were already in the town. They just had to get to his place. But that didn't take long.
Mm-hmm.
And they had, like, introducing all the players, I'd say. And then the main antagonist. We dealt with that. Now we got to deal with the falling action.
Mm-hmm.
And once the falling action is done, then the arc is over.
Okay.
I've had this problem with One Piece too. People separate Water 7 and Enies Lobby. They're a part of the same story to me. They're the same arc for me personally, but I'm pretty sure the
majority.
The majority of people, I'm pretty sure they say Water 7, Enies Lobby. It's all the same for me. There is no... Because they use the train ride to Enies Lobby as like, this is
the bridge.
Yeah, between the two. And for me, that's just a part of the same thing. But that's just me, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Evil Eye, great. Actually, Evil Eye, bad. GG, great. Movie, great. Series, great. But yeah, that's why I watch stuff once a week. I can't binge watch for real. Now, what's been grinding your gears?
You not finishing you.
All right, so what's been grinding my gears is my wife's perpetual need for me to watch TV. To finish things. No, to finish things. No, let me speak. To finish you. And, you know, you was a lot. I'm only on season, 4? Is it 5 seasons now?
Yes.
I'm on season 4. And for some reason, you know, my body was just like, okay, we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna go watch some black TV. We're gonna go watch Harlem. Ugh. Harlem is so good. Harlem was good. Love the series. I hope everyone in that show gets more work. Mm-hmm. I hope the creator of the show can create something new for another group, another cast. There was only one thing
weird about Harlem.
Yeah.
And it was in the finals episode. I just feel like we should have spent a little bit more time.
It was wrapped up really fast. It was too fast.
I just wanted to spend a little bit more time with Angie and her man. Mm-hmm. In their resolution of their relationship. Just a little bit more time, because when I tell you that ends, snap to the next scene, she's already celebrating. I'm not saying that she didn't... It just felt like she didn't...
have time to deal with...
It just felt like she never really truly cared and loved him, because we didn't see her mourn that loss of that relationship at all.
So,
and I feel like that's an injustice to her, because I really do feel like she loved him, and she was going to start this life with him. So for her to not care that it's over is a little bit of a character regression for me. That might be a little too harsh.
Because of how they did it, I don't feel the way you do. And it's only because subtleties I saw within her face and stuff throughout this season. By the time the thing at the show happened, it's the thing that broke the straw that broke the camel's back.
Oh yeah.
She was already so what I saw Angie doing was Angie was trying to make this work, but she knew deep down that it wasn't going to.
So she was already making peace with it.
Yeah, that's how I viewed that. But I think the biggest problem, so to speak, with this show is that it's about Camille. So I don't think Angie and Ty, I don't think they got to be completely fleshed out. Like Quinn is completely fleshed out.
Yeah, Quinn is okay. So
we got to see her family life and all of that. Quinn got completely fleshed out.
How it goes for me is Camille's fully fleshed.
Yeah, for sure.
Quinn's fully fleshed.
Yeah.
Ty met her goal. I feel like she's fleshed out, but I feel like there's still some things.
She is 80% fleshed out for me. I needed that family thing to be handled.
Yeah, I did too. I needed
with her not speaking to her parents or family since she left from down there. It's been over 10 years or whatever she said.
I promise you, I saw her book a ticket to go.
I told
back.
you she didn't.
Y'all,
we were watching it, and Ebony was just like, "Oh no, she went." I said, "Ebony, it has not. No, she didn't go."
I promise you. Okay, I agree. We're gonna go back and watch it. I agree that she didn't go. But I promise you, she did book a plane ticket.
Didn't see it, dog.
And I feel like what would have been justice, what would have like settled for me, like, okay, I accept this, is if they just did it off camera. Because I promise she booked a ticket.
I did not. I don't remember her booking a ticket. I'm gonna go rewatch it someday.
If she had booked a ticket and went and came back and was like, I settled things to my family. This is the ring that got passed on to me. I would have been okay with that. I would have disliked it. So but
that's why I was confused a little at the end. Where did this ring come from, ma'am? Have you always had this ring?
Exactly. And then like another thing is, whenever she got married the first time, to her husband, who I swear,
he was getting married for the same reason she was getting married.
Oh, God. Oh, God. But that's another talk for another day.
Yeah.
Why didn't she have it then?
The ring?
Yeah.
I see.
So, there's that. That was my issue with that. And Angie, she met her goal.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I don't know. Like, I feel like Angie's... I don't even think she's fully characterized. Because there is so much depth to her that I really feel like she only gives us a surface of what she wants us to see at that time. She's a very calculated character. Even though we see her to be very impulsive and very on the whim, I feel like she's actually very calculated, and she does not allow people to get as deep into her as we could. So I don't know if we'll ever be able to.
Yeah, I think she's the out of her and Ty, I would say she's the least fleshed out, because I know what makes Ty tick.
I don't know what makes.
Don't necessarily know what makes Angie tick, so to speak. I know what drives her, but I don't know the the background to why she makes certain decisions. Because she was living, in Quinn's place, but she wasn't doing shit.
And then, like, we see that she has ambitions, she has goals, and we see how people perceive her. Like, oh, Angie, we know we don't want you. We know that you don't want that.
Yeah.
But does she?
Exactly.
Because she's willing to make those compromises. Like how he was like, I want a family and I want to have kids and we're running behind. And she was just like,
Slow down.
But this isn't something I want right now, but this isn't a hard no. Right. So what, I don't know what her hard no's are.
Gotcha.
Other than being with somebody who's broker than her. I know that's a hard no.
Which is very hard to do. That's very hard to do, to be broke again. Well, not anymore. Because she got that money now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Harlem was great. I'm somehow happy that her and Ian end up together. Oh, Ian's fleshed out. Forgot.
Yeah, I forget about
Ian's definitely fleshed out.
Ian made me very happy. He's like him, and I actually liked the guy that Quinn was with for a little bit. I'm glad Quinn got to be with her little lesbian lover.
Yeah.
That made me very happy.
You talking about Seth, the guy that Okay. During the last season.
Because I like that he is ethically non-monogamous.
The only problem with that relationship for Quinn was that
the person that he chose to be non-monogamous
like you chose to be with this, like this woman. This is too much. This is too much for me.
But I liked it. Like I liked her openness.
Yeah,
I liked her.
No, I didn't like her openness. It was. I ain't like how she went about it. It was too much.
Okay,
it was way too much.
Yes, I do agree. She
shoved the phone in that girl face. Here is my ma'am.
I agree. It was a lot, but if you're going to be in a relationship like that, I would need your other partner.
Yeah, I need the openness, but I don't need it from a ditzy woman.
I too do not need it from it, because my thing is, if I were to be in an open relationship, ethically, I would need that other person to be private. I do not want it in the streets. I do not want it. Because I feel like if this other person were to ever get upset, then she would definitely go to like some type of Instagram, some type of, and that's messy, and I don't want that.
Right.
So like, I'm not saying that I need you to be as great as me, because like clearly, she clearly wasn't as great as Quinn. I understood what he was getting out of Quinn's relationship. Because Quinn makes him want to settle down, have that family.
I don't know what he was getting out of that relationship with that girl.
It was availability while he was on the road. That was all that was.
Okay.
That was all that was.
Boy, oh boy.
And honestly, if I was in a type of relationship like that, I would be like, I don't have to travel with you.
Oh my God, Ebony.
I'm good with, like, you are willing to buy me a house. Be present with the kids. All of this. You get to have your career. I only see you like maybe 60% of the time. I don't have to travel with you.
Sound like Nick Cannon.
Go on to all these different occasions.
This is crazy.
And you're not going to have children with this other person?
He never said that, but I see what you mean.
I would be okay with that. Okay. And the person wasn't messy? I would be okay with that.
Okay.
That person was messy. And I really think that's what killed it for Quinn.
Yeah.
If that person had been a different personality.
So this is what I think it is, and like nothing against Quinn. I think Quinn probably looked at that girl as being beneath them.
I feel
and I'm not talking about like where the girl comes from or whatever, but intellect.
I feel like she was just a different type of Angie.
Nah. Don't disrespect Angie like that.
No, I'm just saying I I feel like it was a different type of
Angie. No. Angie got a brain. I don't think
does have a brain.
I don't think this girl got a brain.
But this is like, I feel like if Angie had no ambition other than to lay around.
See, that ain't what I saw the girl.
Okay.
It's the ditziness for me. Angie ain't ditzy. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm like, don't disrespect Angie like that, man.
All right.
What you rate that series though? It's tough because I didn't like watch all the seasons back to back to back.
Mm-hmm. I don't need to do that. Because it was a lot. It was a lot of mess, a lot of drama, a lot of... What the fuck are you doing?
Yes. That doggone Camille, man.
Like, but honestly, I didn't watch it for Camille because Camille stressed me out.
Yeah, like I remember at the end of the last season 2, I was like, Camille done pissed me off. Mm-hmm. This, that, and the other. Or it was during season 2. I was done with Camille. But at the start of this season, I was here for for Quinn and Ian. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, because I really. And this is going to sound so...
Oh, well.
It's men like Ian that I feel sorry for.
I understand completely.
Whenever a woman chooses to have an abortion. Mm-hmm. Because, they want it so bad. He
wants to be...
He wanted to be with Camille, but he wanted to be a dad more. And that's why I really enjoyed them breaking up. And I was at peace with it.
I was at peace with that until what I saw in this first episode of this. I was like, Camille, please. Y'all don't have to do this. Please. But no.
Yeah, they were making it complicated.
Exactly. Could have just been a clean break. But I get it.
But he I don't want to say he's such a man, but he is himself. He has no joy from hurting a woman. He gets no joy from that. He gets no joy from putting women in uncomfortable positions.
And that's his biggest flaw.
Yeah.
Well, probably not his biggest flaw, but in trying not to hurt people, he hurt her by leaving her in the dark.
Yeah. His dishonesty is... He uses his dishonesty to try to protect the women that he loved. Because I feel like he truly loved the woman he was going to marry.
Oh, you're talking about
I feel like he really,
the first season?
Yeah. He really loved her. But his unresolved feelings with Camille,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Complicated that.
Oh, yeah.
And then he wanted to follow through. He wanted to marry this girl because he was just like, if Camille doesn't love me, then it is what it is. I will make it work with this woman. Because I care for her and I love her too. But
the problem with Ian is him loving these people, but I don't know if he was in love with her.
I don't think he was, because I feel like when you're in love with somebody, you're just not going to hurt them like that. I don't believe that he would ever hurt Camille the way he hurt these other women. I don't think he would ever, because he is in love with her. He would never stray from Camille. He would never even put himself in a position to do the things that he did to those other women.
I agree.
But Camille is just his one person that kept getting away.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to rate the series in my head, and it's so hard because I'd have to literally rewatch the entire series to give an overall ranking and then season rankings.
So for me, how many more seasons were there? 3? Okay. Season 1, I gave it a 4. I gave it a 4 out of 5
hey,
because
we don't do that here. What? This ain't book talk. We do out of 10.
I give it a 7 out of 10 because it hooked
How
me.
do you get 7, but you gave it a 4 out of 5? That's 8.
Mm-hmm.
So make it make sense.
Leave me be.
All right.
It was a 7 out of 10. I said leave me be because it hooked me.
Mm-hmm. But
I don't remember a lot of it. It doesn't stick with me.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a bunch of girls like figuring it out. And
It was
that's
fun.
what I really liked it. It was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
It was fun. And it had a lot of representation. And I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going off of Camille alone,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a 4.
That's crazy, but we're not. It's not Camille alone.
It's not Camille alone. It's not Camille alone. If we're going off of Quinn alone,
Mm-hmm.
it's a 9.
Okay.
Because when I tell you,
last season is the whole debacle with the Pride Parade and all that.
Yes.
Oh man.
yes,
That damn Quinn.
yes, Ty alone, I'll give it like a 6.
Oh no. Ty alone, it's a 9. Ty was getting into some nonsense in season 2.
That's why.
And
it
the
was
way it
annoying
ended
me.
was, see, I thought that ish was hilarious.
I was just like,
Everything
was
Quinn did in
annoying.
season 2 was hilarious.
I
to me.
don't like.
I meant Ty.
it. Like, cause I don't like
Mm-hmm.
seeing the women that I'm rooting for make morally bad decisions.
Oh.
Ty makes morally bad decisions a lot. A
bit.
lot of the time.
Sometimes.
It's bad. Like, why are you doing this? It's bad. And Camille, bad
Damn
decisions.
Camille, man.
And like she's the, it boggles my mind because you are an anthropologist.
Anthropologist.
Yes, you know people. You are a person.
She studies people, yeah.
Study yourself and be better. Stop making morally bad decisions and then being confounded and befuddled whenever those decisions come back and bite the shit out of you. Stop. Just dumb.
So what about Angie? If season 2 based off of Angie.
Season 2 based off of Angie is like a 9. It was season 2 was definitely Angie and Quinn's season. Like that was their season to like get their shit together, and I really love that for them. And we just see that come to a head in season 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I give season 3 like an 8.5.
Okay.
Because we open up with Camille making really bad, dumb decisions. Just dumb. Just really dumb. And then like the entire series is just her being dumb and then slowly getting smart. And then like it works out for her. And it makes me angry. Because like Ian deserves better.
Let's go.
But whatever.
Oh man. Okay.
And the thing is, like, I empathize because Camille is so human.
Oh yeah.
She is so because she deals with like real logical fear.
Mm-hmm.
And you empathize with that a lot because
whenever
of her...
she was making the decision to either keep the baby or not, that's one of the few times I'm not upset with her for quote unquote overthinking. Because the fear of her being like her mom to the child, that's real. Because like when that happened, I sat back and I didn't have anything to say negatively.
Because like
it was just more of a. I didn't forget it. For me, it was in that moment. I instead of feeling like, "Come on, Camille," it was like, "I understand, Camille, but you got to know that you're not gonna be like that." It was more of a understanding thing with Camille, whereas this usually is, I understand how you came to this conclusion, Camille, but are you dumb? Like, that's what it usually was.
Like, for me, whenever I was watching it and I was watching her go through the stress, I had forgot that her mother
and when she called her mom, bro, and her mom was just
and
being,
the patience
like,
she had with her mom.
The mom was just being what's the word?
Manic.
No. She was just she was being so dismissive. I hate being dismissed. Her mom was being so dismissive. I would have blew up at that moment. I would have.
But it wouldn't have made the situation
It wouldn't.
it
wouldn't have.
It would not have helped. It would have just made you more upset.
And she knows that now.
Yeah. But the way they clown Ian is hilarious to me.
No, I would. Ty surprised me at the beginning of season 3. Whenever they're talking about Ian and this, that, and the other, she's like, well, he wants to have kids. He doesn't really have to tell you that. I was like, Ty is the one that's sane in this situation? Because Camille was pissing me off.
Camille was making me upset. I understood
where she was coming from. It was...
Because, like, she literally... I feel like a part of the reason why she made the choice that she made to continue to have the baby is because she was like... Because she does love Ian. Mm-hmm. She was... A part of the reason is probably she didn't want to take that away from him.
Fair enough.
So I understand why she was upset, because that could have been a factor for her too. Like, okay, well, I'm not taking anything away from him.
Right. Oh, so, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Like, I was just like, you get a pass, but he should be able to have his, like, plan B. And if that they're already on track for that, it wouldn't have been right for him to be like, hold up, because, like, what's going on with my ex might...
Exactly.
Like...
He did his best to try to be 100% with both.
Yeah.
But the blackest person on the show, well, I forgot the character's name, but his new girl that froze the eggs, when she said, nigga, why are you here?
Because
I felt that in my soul. Because
she was just like saying, like, fishing is what I call it. She was just like, you love her. And when he didn't say anything. He didn't say shit. She was just like,
nigga, why are you here?
She was like, oh, I was just, are you serious right now?
I was like, hey, and it was so odd. I said, she is the blackest person on this show somehow, and I don't understand how. Because,
like, we hear, like, all the girls be like they get to that breaking point where they're just like, nigga, what? But whenever Robin had her nigga what moment, she was just like...
Her name was Robin.
Isn't that what you called her?
I called her nothing. Because I said I don't remember her name.
Her name is Robin now.
It's not. I'm pretty sure that's Logan Browning, the actress's name. But that's besides the point. This shit was hilarious.
She was just like, Because honestly... It really was like, Ian, what are you doing?
Yeah. Oh, the cake. Quinn's mom was like, where's the cake? I said that's the only person that they know who would notice this issue.
She's like, is this all the food you have?
Oh my God.
She's like, Quinn, if you needed more money, you could have just let me know.
Oh my God.
It's like, where is the food?
Oh God.
Where is the cake?
Oh. All right, but Harlem, fantastic show. Go watch it if you haven't.
Yes.
Get the laughs, get the cries, get the anger.
Get the, nigga, what?
Yeah. Yeah, this is Lucky Squared signing off. I've been Los with the most.
And I'm Ebony.
Deuces.
She wanna